So coming straight out of Colorado, we finally see some actual justice going on. This is a photo of a woman from Colorado Springs, Colorado. A daycare owner convicted of keeping 26 children hidden in the basement of her business 2 years ago has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after parents said some of the children suffered trauma, including sleeping problems and anxiety. A judge issued the sentence to Carla Faith on Thursday following her conviction by a jury in August of more than 24 misdemeanor child abuse charges and other crimes. Faith was only licensed to care for up to 6 children at her Colorado Springs private daycare, and only 2 of them were allowed to be under the age of 2. But police who went to her Mountain Play Place daycare in November 2019, after receiving reports that there were more children than allowed, found 25 children in the basement, including 12 children under the age of 2. Prosecutors said there were 2 adult employees supervising them in a basement, and one of them, Valerie Fresquez, that's probably a made-up name, accepted a plea deal and testified against Faith. Oh, shit. Not the co-worker. The 26th child who had been in the basement was picked up by a parent while police were at the daycare, authority says. Many of the children had soiled or wet diapers and were sweaty and thirsty, according to an arrest affidavit. When police arrived, Faith repeatedly told an officer that no children were there and that the home did not have a basement. But the officer heard children's music and a child's cry from the basement. Another officer discovered a false wall and moved it to reveal the basement staircase, the affidavit said. At Faith's sentencing on Thursday, parents of the children and relatives filled the courtroom, telling the judge that their children had suffered trauma since being at the daycare, citing sleep and anxiety issues. Parent Kim Marshall, that both of her children still receive counseling. "We sleep with the lights on in our house," she said. "My kids are anxious. They are fearful of the world." Faith's lawyer, Josh Tellini, said she had difficulty saying no to the parents who wanted a place for their children at her daycare, and that the situation snowballed. She made some incredibly poor decisions about how to do this, Tellini said. Faith was convicted of 26 counts of misdemeanor child abuse, attempting to influence a public servant, and obstructing a peace officer. Reported that charges against Fresquez will be dropped if she meets some unspecified steps. Daycare, which should be made public because we need to know, and we will keep an eye. Daycare employee Christina Swager, probably another made-up name, was convicted of the same charges as Faith and is waiting sentencing. An arrest warrant has been issued for another former daycare employee who failed to appear in court, said Howard Black. "We need to know their name, and we will find them for you." A spokesperson for the 4th Judicial Court Attorney Office in Colorado. Well, okay. So I guess people just do what they want in Colorado. I'm surprised she didn't get away with it like everybody else does. But here she is. And let's hope she doesn't get out early.